Good afternoon, Little Lane Jerry Box. I know I was introing y'all out, but I'm trying to close some windows up so it won't be a delay. I had a little bit of a delay thing going on. Good afternoon, Winter. Thank you for joining me again. POP holding me down. Hey, Lady T, welcome back to the Jury Box. Hey, Unbothered for Real. Welcome back to the Jury Box. Yes. This is absolutely something you can listen to from work. I hope y'all off to a good start to y'all day. It's lunchtime, halfway through it for you guys, and for myself too. You know, I've been up and at it early this morning, and we are about to get into this. I don't know. As soon as I go live, you know, some of you guys may recall doing the last preliminary hearing we watched last week. All last week, we covered the preliminary hearing for Jarvis Butts. Hey, Livin, welcome back to the Jury Box. POP, hold me down. And during it was a couple of times. Did you change your picture, Unbothered for Real? This is the first time I noticed that avatar. It look good. Nice avatar. I like how you got that black and white. They look good, especially with my colors. So a couple of times during the preliminary hearing last week, I mentioned having watched the interrogation when at the time I was saying when Jarvis Butts had the long hair. Little did I realize that it wasn't Jarvis Butts. It's actually a guy named Jonathan Quiles. So I've been searching and searching. I was telling you guys I'm gonna look for that. I got to find that interrogation. I gotta find that interrogation. And so I found it. I'm all excited about finding it. And then I realized all of a sudden, boom, this is not even Jarvis Butts. This is a whole different guy with exactly the same scenario. Exactly the same sickness scenario. Hey, Silky Black. Welcome back to the Little Ain't Jury Box. So I wanna do a live reaction. It's been about a year or so since I watched this interrogation. But we fresh off the heels of becoming familiar and becoming invested in the Naziah Harris story with Jarvis Butts. So it's a good time to look at this interrogation. It's two different people. But like I put in the title, Jarvis Butts / Jonathan Quiles, two sides of the same coin. Live reaction, okay? Thank y'all for joining. Please hit the like. And of course, I know you guys are busy moving around during the day. I'm just happy to know y'all are here. Of course, I'm going to be doing this under fair usage. It allows for me to critique, research, and all that good jazz. Let me put that sign up. Boom. Put that up there real quickly. Okay, and I might flash that here and there throughout the program, of course. I'll keep that fair usage up. And this is not the trial watch, so I will let it play, but I will be giving my commentary and reading the comments, okay? Let's see. I'm a little talkative. I just try to hold it down a little bit during the actual trial watches. All right, let me share this. I don't know about y'all, but I kind of missed the jury box, the Little Lane Jury Box over the weekend. But it's good to take a break from this type of content. So I have other true crime content I'm gonna cover, like live reactions, arrest videos, and all that type of stuff. Crime around the nation. Okay, I have that ready. Let me do one other thing. I'm gonna drop in the comments the original video holder. You missed it too, Living. I did it too, right? Here's the link to the interrogation. Oops, let me push mute so y'all won't hear me typing. Hey Jill, hey Foot Soldier. Silky said I've been busy. My mother passed on Christmas. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences. Haven't been the same since. I could only imagine. You know, things are definitely going to be different now. Again, my condolences to you. I'm glad to see you today. Okay, Jill, this might be another one of those tough ones for you, Jill. I promise it's not going to be just cases like this, but unfortunately, these type of things are like really happening. They're really prominent. Let me put up I probably do. I'm glad I saw you, Jill, so I can say, of course, that this interrogation of Jonathan Quiles does involve the fact that he was found guilty. He's actually had his trial. He was found guilty of unaliving S.N. his 16-year-old at the time niece. So if you are sensitive to those matters, definitely want to take care of yourself. Okay, definitely want to take care of yourself. Let me, without any further delay, but I want for you guys, you know, we covered this case last week. I want y'all to hear how eerily similar this is. Now, I got the picture up. You guys see him there. They could pass for the same guy. This is not Jarvis Butts from last week. This is Jonathan Quiles, or Quiles. Yet again, another uncle in air quotes. Okay? Another niece. Another hidden pregnancy. Another, let's go. Let's go. Shout out to the interrogation room. Thank you, Jill. Did I push play? No.
Yeah. I know. I used to be on the job too in New York. You know, I know you find crazy stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's just, but you know, we literally had her kids for summers. You know, summer at a time, and then weekends. Like all of them, and you know, it's just like if we knew where she was at, we would have been the first ones to grab her ass and bring her over.
Yeah, exactly.
We're posting stuff on our Facebook trying to find her the same way they are. It's like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Even though we're not speaking.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. So you guys, when was the last time y'all saw her then?
Last time they stayed the night over here, which was before, it was in November.
November?
Last week in November, we had all four of them over here.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And still to this day, we don't know.
Oh, so that woman, the person to the right is a woman with them glasses.
You know, that. You know, nothing has been consistent.
Yeah.
At all, so it's like that's missing.
Man, that's crazy. That's sad. Has she ever done this before? Has she ever gone missing before?
No. She's okay. Like I told you, all the officers, and she's complained. You know, always, both of them, they always complain. She's always complaining. You know, and I always tell her, like, look, first of all, your mom is your mom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your mom loves the hell out of you, no matter what. And I always was always big on mom. Your mom the best mom, not at all. You know what I'm saying? She comes home.
She's still a mom.
Yeah, she's a mom. You know what I'm saying? We only get one.
Yeah.
But I explained to them, I was like, listen, your situation is fucking awesome compared to my situation growing up. You know what I mean? I had a real rough one growing up. Just, you know, stay focused in school. Stay focused. You want to get out the house, the right way is
graduate earlier.
And then, no, she's honor student. Like,
that's
big
good.
Time. Yeah. Oh, big time. She's an honor student. And, you know, she's doing everything that she needs to do to go ahead and make a transition to get out and go to college. And I was like, well, that's the best way, you know, that's the best way to go.
Yeah.
This thing is just, I'm stressed. If I check my phone right now with my finger on it, like the Samsung, oh man, that damn thing would be probably all the way to the roof. My ears are hot. And when I asked her about it, she said that she knows who the father was, but she ain't saying.
Oh, she did know?
Yeah, she knows who the father is, but child was. So she did, but then, you know what I'm saying? You can't really take anything that she's saying serious because now that she's been gone, all this stuff that's been going on, going around, she's been dealing with this dude and that dude and this other one is of something that she was dealing with.
Wow, he badmouthing the girl.
Supposed to be the baby father or something.
Wow.
You know, another one she's dealing with. So I question literally everything.
This is Jonathan Quiles, 33 years old at the time and an uncle by marriage to Ayanna Sawyer. Jonathan is married with children, and he and his wife regularly had Ayanna and her siblings over to their house. By all accounts, he was very close to the girls. After searching Jonathan's house, they decided to bring him in for further questioning, but ultimately had to let him go. Now, after Jonathan Quiles' DNA came back as a match on January 7th, 2019, from a previous SA test that was done on Ayanna, he was brought in for more questioning. Here is the full interrogation of Jonathan Quiles. But first, let us have a moment of silence for the victim in this case.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
How you doing? I've had better days.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know. There's a lot of things going on.
Jonathan, I met you at your house before we texted about it.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you met
Wow, even the same day almost, huh?
There's been a lot happened. We need to talk about, okay? I want to listen to everything you got to say, but naturally I'm going to have questions. Can't really ask those questions unless I go through your rights. And this is a way to protect you, okay?
Yes, sir.
So I want to hear everything you got to say, but I'm going to read your rights first, okay?
Okay.
Before we get into anything, so you can read
Yes.
and you can write.
Yes.
Have you had any alcohol today?
No, I don't drink.
Okay. All right, smart thing.
Yeah.
What about any kind of drugs?
I don't smoke. I don't do any drugs. So.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's not drugs, but there's like a fat burner pill.
Oh, yeah.
What about like prescription medications?
No, I don't take
or anything.
anything. No.
Okay.
Bengay, and that's it.
Yeah, imagine
Prescription
yourself.
Bengay?
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Burn your skin off.
Probably. Do you wear glasses?
I do. It's for astigmatism, but
Okay.
that's it.
But you were able to read this?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I agree with that. I think it's just more for
Distance?
distance.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the opposite.
Yeah.
Contacts?
No, I don't have
Okay.
any contacts.
And do you have any current mental conditions like
No.
Good
seeing
afternoon,
things, hearing voices?
VA
anything like that?
Sage. We're just
Okay.
starting. This ain't Jonathan. This not Jarvis Butts.
So
This is twin sicko brother.
One of the things that I'm
My words.
investigating, that we're investigating, is with your niece,
Yes.
Samaya.
Oh, Samaya.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what can you tell me about Samaya? Like, why do you think you would be here because of Samaya?
I've been accused many times by the older siblings, well, the sisters and stuff, that I've been inappropriate with Ayanna and
Right.
Maya.
And how would they think what would they think is inappropriate?
Well, let's say this: the first time that it was brought to anybody's attention, they didn't hear it directly from them. I heard it from like a sister, Margie, and she mentioned that that they think that I was the reason that Yana was turned out because she got caught in, having sex with a guy that was over 21 across the street. So, but prior to this, we've had complications in the family. They will pick on my wife. My wife has a little bit of, she needs medication to kind of stay level.
Okay.
So my wife is pretty blunt, and, she just doesn't take too much from anybody.
Right.
She loves real deep, and she just tries to keep everybody, together. So some things just don't make sense to her because she's very plain Jane.
Right.
But once my wife was almost having to get admitted into the hospital, I had it with them. I'm telling you, I could be under a truck, fixing on the truck, and I'll drop what I'm doing to come and help them move or wherever the case may be. So with seeing my wife deteriorating the way she was, I couldn't deal with it no more. So I sent a mass text out to every last one of the sisters and said, listen, you guys got my wife. You have been picking on my wife all this year time. I've been staying out of it because this is a sister matter type of deal. I can't do it no more. I'm done with it. I don't want to hear none of your drama. You leave your stuff out there on the side of the road, wherever you're going to be. You know,
let me quickly say hello, Renee. It's okay. It's okay. I think I'm only take time. I don't think I'm only check TARDIS for when we're doing the trial watch. Okay, because I got to schedule those. If I ain't scheduled, you ain't late. Hey, Kurt Vixen, thank y'all for joining. Hey, Sean P. and anybody up top, thank y'all for joining. We are now currently watching the interrogation, not of Jarvis Butts from last week. This is actually Jonathan Quiles or Quiles. And I'll put this as two sides of the same coin. So let's listen to this interrogation, and we're going to hear some very scary, a lot of similarities. These, you can just interchange Jarvis Butts for Jonathan Quiles. They even look alike. It's crazy.
Say, I don't want to, I'm not going to come and help you. I'm not going to do nothing. You've just been nothing but drama in my life and in my wife's life. I'm keeping my distance from you guys. From that point on, this is about, I'm horrible with dates. I'm horrible with times. I want to say about a year, maybe a little bit more than a year ago.
Okay.
And from that point on, it's been just rocky roads with me and the sisters. Jametta started. I think Jonathan has been inappropriate with Maya and Yana. Mm-hmm. Now they question them girls separately, together, and it's been he's never been inappropriate with me. He's never, and it's I don't have nothing to hide. I got kids older than them. Right. And Kim, the mother, she says, listen, I never thought that way, but and it kind of got brushed under the tables. I still didn't talk to Tweedledee and Tweedledum, which is Jametta and Paul. Wow. I didn't talk to them no more. And
are they the older ones?
Those are the older ones,
okay. Correct.
I didn't talk to them anymore because those are the ones that started with the nonsense. And after they got, I guess, the girls' side, and even Maya, they were, she would text me, she'd say, I wish they would stop asking these questions. This is just getting ridiculous. They treat you so wrong and all that their stuff. Once that passed and that blew over, everything was good. They're staying the night, weeks on end at the house. We're going fishing together. We're doing, we're doing pretty much everything.
Right.
And then from that point,
and this was this past year.
This was
2018.
18, maybe 17 into 18.
Okay.
Then after that, Yana got caught with, I guess she was late picking up her brother, and her brother squilled on her or whatnot and stated that she was with some boy or whatnot. They went through her phone, found out that she was having a sexual relationship with a boy that she said that was 17, and turned out that he was 21 across the street. And then that turned into, the reason Yana was doing that was because I had to turn her out. Whatnot. So
when you say turned her out,
I'm sorry. Meaning that I had to introduce her to sex.
So you had full sex. That's what they're saying.
Pretty much that I had initiated her learning about sex, and this is the reason why she was running around, and then. After that situation happened, Kim also was like, well, the first time she says, nope, our relationship was just gotten better. I'm not trying to ruin that because I mean, we always help Kim, you know, and because she has 4 children. She's like almost on a minimum wage salary. Her lights always getting cut off. You know, we always help them feed the kids, take them when she needed a break and stuff like that. So she supposedly was on the wall with it, like, oh, hold on. But then again, as you know,
I gotta pause right here. Does it? I know a lot of y'all are in and out, so no biggie, and just in working. So let me just tell y'all, I find it very troublesome that you would literally have conversations. At least, you know, on one side of it, at least this family seem aware that there's something problematic going on. Apparently they know of something inappropriate. You don't just pull out of the cloud. You don't just pull out of the thin air. Oh, we think you turned her out. Oh, we think you doing something inappropriate. You don't just pull it out the clear blue sky for no reason, right? So they know something going on. They accuse him of it. Okay. At that point in time, they accuse them, they talk about it, they put it out there. They, for whatever reason, they decide it's not true. Okay. But why would you, after all that type of situation, even the suspicion, even after a suspicion like this, why would the girls still be able to go spend the night at their house? That is so strange. Lemon, you see what I'm saying? I even had a suspicion he would never be around anyone again. Correct. So for him to say, and for the case to be that they can go back and spend the night for all these days and weeks at a time, what? And thank you, Embernay. Yes, I've seen that channel. And yes, I'm gonna get to it this week probably because I'm not gonna be on here all day because we don't have a trial.
Time passed, my wife made me aware. She never stopped them from, you know, questioning them and stuff like that. But anyway, after that situation happened, they questioned her again, and they questioned both of them again. Did Uncle John ever get, you know, fresh with you guys or come out of character or anything like that with you guys? And boom, again, nope. And Yana was saying nope.
When was that?
This is the thing. That was definitely in 2018.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. I would say towards the middle year, like maybe
June,
beginning
July,
to the middle,
summer.
something like that. Yeah.
So they questioned the second time, and the girl said no.
Said no, nothing ever. He's never been appropriate. He's only been a father figure to us. Now, their real father is just pretty much he's there, but he's not there type of deal. So, you know, I've spoken to him because my son, when he first came down to live with me, he started going to Terry Parker, and I would drive him every day. And then after school, we'd take him to the store and do all that there. And it was one time we met her father in the store, and he was like, "Oh, my princess," and he was just so trying to get out that dang on store to get away from, you know, it was just, he left his keys, he left his phone, like he was just trying to get out that situation because where I stood with it was like, okay, you know, your daughter wants to see you. You live just about around the corner. Just come on and see her. You know, I think it was for her birthday or something like that. And she was just so happy. She, you know, and that he's gonna come over. He's gonna come over. And I had to kind of pull her to the side and say, "Listen, Yana, he's not gonna come over." Well, how do you know and stuff like that? It's just these type of things you kind of know, you know. So
so the girls would come over to your house and you do like trips to the beach.
Yeah, we always when to go to the pool we had at the house. Right. We had this is when we lived in 1503 East Lovejoy. I had a tire swing, I had zip lines, I had hammocks. This is all for them, you know, because my daughter was still too young. I had go-karts, you know, it's just a huge backyard, about a half-acre backyard. Right. So the pool was there over in the backyard, and the beach. Now the beach at first they didn't really care for the beach. They didn't know how to swim in the beach and stuff like that.
But they would stay the night. They'd spend time
they'll
at your
spend
house. And there was
the whole summer.
anybody accusing you of anything then?
No. And well, after the first time they stood just about the whole damn summer with us, and after the second time that they accused me.
And this is 2018 we're talking
This
about.
is 2000. Yeah, second time is 2018. They pretty much was there almost every.
First time, second time. All these times. Yeah, basically, these groomers, these predators, you can even tell by how he talk, like the way he talking. I think her brother snitched on him. They try to like insinuate themselves. I don't know what the word is, insinuate themselves. I think that's the wrong word. No, ingratiate themselves with children. It's oh my God. Exactly. How many chances did he get? This was in your city, something to say? How many chances did he get? Oh my God. Ugh. Uh-oh. My bad. Oh Lord. My bad. Let me calm down.
Well, the sisters and stuff. That's that.
Oh, right here.
Messing with the girls.
Correct. Yeah, and this is
okay. My
they
bad.
Came out with that. They started like real heavy with it when Yana went with that boy across the street and doing all that. That's when it started like really thick. And then
give me an example of things they think were inappropriate.
Well, I would just say what they were saying, and again, this is not something that they came directly to talk to me about, because had they did, I would have whipped out my phone and say, hey, look, no, this is what we talk about every day. And the majority
so you talk to
of
them
it.
On the phone?
Yeah, I talk to them.
Talk to them. What do you, so what, did you use Facebook?
No.
Instagram,
Yana Snapchat. Yana showed me about Snapchat. Okay. I didn't know nothing about Snapchat. I didn't even know what the hell.
I know that's their language.
So, that's what she showed me how to do. And then something about score streaks. So you send pictures in the morning and then in the afternoon or whatever, as much pictures as you can send, like selfies or whatever, or even the sky, whatever, you get like a certain score streaks or whatever. I still don't understand that too well, but that's what we normally communicated through. And the reason why is because it kind of sounds like incriminating now, but it's because the message is delete, and there's a lot of things that they come tell me about their moms, and that about just their everyday struggles being in home, because they never wanted to be home. And that was just something that they didn't want their mom, because this happened before. And I'm pretty sure that's how it happened with the guy across the street, that she went through her text messages and saw all this here stuff that they were talking about. And also prior to that, she had was talking to one of her friends about their living situation. And her mom just went smack the hell off on her,
Which one? Who did you go off on?
Ayana was Ayana. Yes, Ayana was in her mom at one point in time had a real tight relationship,
right? And
then where that changed, I cannot put my finger on it, but it changed, and she got this sense that mom doesn't care about us, and that's both the girls that used to do that. Is mainly she doesn't care about us. All she cares about Mr. Darius and
is that her boyfriend?
That's her boyfriend. Yeah, Mr. Darius and whatever they say about or whatnot. Yeah.
So the answer accusing you of this kind of stuff, and you're telling me that Ayana and Samaya,
correct,
both said no.
Correct. That's right. It said nope. That never happened. That he's never been inappropriate with me
Okay.
or anything like that.
Okay, and then, so let me tell you how I got involved with this case, because if that were the case, I wouldn't be involved.
Absolutely.
Right, because that sounds like a non-starter, right?
Correct.
So I get involved with the case when they're doing a missing persons report, right, for Ayana, is it? Ayana. And so while doing that, they were looking on her computer.
Correct.
And so they're finding stuff on the computer that she's authoring.
Mm-hmm.
That's implying a sexual relationship with you, almost like a love affair.
Well, I also read the same thing because Margie took a picture of it and sent it to my wife, and this was the first time I did.
Okay.
And this is the first time that we were introduced to the police. They came to the house. This is after she ran away.
Okay.
And they came to the house searching for her and through our house.
Right.
So yes, I also read it, and it was a character
what do you make
named
of that?
Jose. This blew my mind all the way around because it's a lot of stuff in that thing we actually did talk about, about her sister having relations with her boyfriend and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that is there that makes sense, and then there's other stuff that is like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense at all. This is not something that we've ever talked about. Right.
But some of it almost is pertaining to your house or your home, and so because there was like 4 pages.
I only saw the
right.
I think
well,
2 or whatever.
But in reflect, right? Mm-hmm. So, but Samaya is also mentioned in there as well.
Correct.
So that's how I met with Samaya.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think Samaya would tell me if I asked her about those 4 pages?
Well, for what I was made aware, Samaya was agreeing that the Jose character was me.
Correct.
And she's mentioned that was me, and like I explained to my wife, and I also got a text message from, I'm thinking it was Samaya, but my niece doesn't talk like that, through the text message. Like I mentioned to the person that whoever was text messaging me, I said, Maya, what the hell, pretty much what's going on? Because at first I have a daughter named Maya. At first she, and the message started like, are you mad at me? This is something Adobe phone. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that meant. It's like an Adobe phone. I still got a text message in my.
It's
my
okay,
phone.
OG. Glad to see you.
It mentioned. She says, I don't have, are you mad at me? And then I says, hey, baby, how you doing? This is, how's your summer vacation? Your Christmas vacation and stuff like that. Why would I be mad at you? And then she put, because I told. And I'm like, hold on. Who is this? Is this my daughter or this is my niece?
Right.
And she mentioned this is my niece. This is your niece Maya. And I said, hold on, baby. I can't talk to you. You got these people thinking that I'm some monster. I'm a monster over here. I hope I told them, because this is what I also told the police. I told the police that that they most likely forced her to say whatever they're wanting her to say, because
who's forcing her?
Her mom, I have my nephew and her used to date, and and
your nephew.
Well, it's technically my cousin.
What's his name?
His name is I'm sorry.
That's
having
okay.
a blank. Yeah, I'm just.
He's your cousin. Is he from Florida?
Yeah, he's here in Florida.
Okay.
He's here in Florida. His name is Kenneth. Kenneth. Yeah, Kenneth Berry.
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 BARR.
I think BERR.
Okay,
yeah.
so they used to date with who?
Samaya.
Okay,
so. And this, it may not sound relevant right now, but it is very relevant. Her youngest brother, Kyrie, supposedly caught them on the rocks.
Maybe it's
having-
their talk a lot, okay?
Okay,
Yeah.
so Samaya's youngest brother.
Correct.
Okay, caught them.
Caught Samaya and Kenneth on the rocks is literally right across the street. You see, it's just wide open, having sex.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, and
Now-
what was this?
This was, I want to say, you can't quote me on it. I'll say maybe a few months ago. It wasn't.
Okay,
It's
so
just
it's
fairly fresh.
2018,
18, fairly
Okay.
fresh, and
later part of the year.
correct.
Okay.
So, everything boiled over. I called Kenneth. I says, "Hey, Kenneth, you know,
Mhm.
my sister-in-law is like screaming at
Oh, yeah.
my wife right now about you two having any relations on
Right.
the rocks."
Right.
And he says, "No, that never happened. What are you talking about?" Then I hear my wife. I told my wife, I says, "He's denying it, you know," and my wife was like, "Samaya just admitted to it." Now, comes to find out, I just spoke to my grandmother today, or if not yesterday.
Mhm.
She told me the story, and also my aunt also said the same thing too. And that's like that's just kind of scary.
Mhm.
She said Samaya came one day to school, and because he doesn't go to the same school, but he transfers buses
Yeah,
there at the
sometimes
same
they
school.
meet at a bus place and go to another.
She met up with him. Her
Mhm.
face was super swollen, like as she got beat up,
Mhm.
and she gave him a letter.
Uh-huh.
And the letter pretty much was, "I'm sorry, my mom forced me to, admit that I had sex with you. I
Mhm.
know it never happened, and yeah."
She said it didn't happen.
It never happened, and
Okay.
this is like it was like okay, mind blowing, you know.
Right.
And also there was another time that Samaya told me this about her cousin,
Mhm.
which was goodness, what the hell is his name? Freaking hell, Elijah.
Elijah.
Supposedly he was molesting her since about 5 to 7 years old until to about 2000 and beginning
Right.
of
So I know
2018.
about Elijah because
Yes.
that case was handled with us.
Correct.
So, and then what happened to Elijah? Because he's like off the grid.
Yeah, the sisters, Paula,
Mhm.
Paula mentioned to my wife once the Kenneth thing happened. She says, "This doesn't make any sense." And I truly think that she made that story up with
Mhm.
Elijah as well, because, and this is how it's been happening.
Mhm.
Ayana gets in trouble for something,
Mhm.
and Maya comes up with something. Like something happens with Maya. Ayana gets in trouble with something. Maya
Oh,
comes
why not?
something. Yeah, is like she needs attention in some form, and I hate to say that, I really do.
Right.
But so far, that's kind of how things has been playing out. You know, and like I said, I don't want to put no shade or anything on this situation. This is a very serious situation. I understand that, but that has been the track record thus far. So now, Yana is missing. She ran away or whatnot. Now here I am sitting in the hot seat because Maya is mentioning me as that I was, I'm Mr. Jose.
Okay.
So
Do you know who she ran away with?
So I guess this is gonna be his first breath he took. Okay, so just a little bit. This is Jonathan Quiles. This was the state of Florida versus him, and the victim is Ayana Sawyer. So when he say Ayana, that's the actual victim. And she was 16 and pregnant when she vanished and presumed dead. I don't know if the body found. I'm gonna look it up. Sound real interesting, huh?
I don't. Now, my wife asked me, when was the last time we had conversations with Ayana? And I think she gave you a date. And this is I guess, yeah. So, that's the only time I've known her to leave. And this is
Okay,
because
Lady
we
T.
heard it through, the sisters, that she didn't show up after school or whatnot. And that's what it's been. I've been expecting Ayana to call me, text me, anything, Snapchat me, smoke signal. Cause
How often do you usually speak with the girls?
the girls I speak with Maya and Ayana just almost about every day. We speak, just about every day. We spoke.
What's your Snapchat name?
My name. Yeah, we speak just about all the time. And
Jonathan
Jonathan J. Quiles, I think it is. And we speak all the time. Now, like I mentioned before, they weren't happy. We even was setting up for them to live with us.
Mhm.
In 1503 East 16th Street, they were actually entertaining the dining room. We were going to close it off, put a TV in, try to get mom to be okay with it. And her only objectives was, I'm claiming taxes on them, type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a pattern that just keeps on going with Kim. I'm not saying that she's a bad mother. She's very young. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that these girls need attention, and the attention wasn't there. So we were just trying to pull them into our life, to kind of keep them with us and have them,
Do you know why Samaya would tell me that you had sex with her?
I have no idea.
Because
No,
you don't?
No.
Okay.
not at all.
Because she's saying that you had sex with her and that she did not want to have sex with you.
That is absolutely absurd. No, I've never, ever
Okay.
got it out of line with the girls, never got inappropriate with the girls. If anything, I've always been trying to educate them on these stupid boys that's out here that's all about, because Maya really, her self-esteem is this big. And if you know anything about younger girls and
Yes,
self-esteem,
I do.
you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Every time I tell her how pretty, how beautiful she is, I let her know that, listen, you keep your head strong. And the same thing when she came out about Elijah situation, because she told me, you know what I'm saying? It's, the guy that's supposedly having inappropriate, contact with her, she is the one that confided to me, you know what I'm saying? And I coached her to expressing this to mom, telling them about it and stuff like that. And I only have ever just been, you need to keep your head up. You're straight A student. You're gorgeous. You don't need to settle for nonsense. And that's all it's been. I've never ever got out of line with this girl ever.
Okay.
That's a lie, because you out of line holding all these personal one-on-one conversations with this girl. You out of line talking about all this sex stuff and everything with these girls. You out of line, period. You're very inappropriate, like, for real. Hey, Tracy. His Snapchat gonna tell a different story. Child, they can't even get to the questions for him over talking, over explaining, beating around the bush, slut shaming, trying to make the family seem less credible. Boom, I had to use that, right? Less credible. Child, this man, he'll make me want to just throw my computer. It's just like, ugh. And he just saying all this stuff like it's just matter of fact. And so even the stuff he's saying, I'm assuming that he thinks he's trying to come across as Uncle of the Year. But really, truthfully, anyone with any type of sense, you're coming off, everything that you're saying, you're coming off very creepy, very strange, and suspicious.
So
Thank
there
y'all for
would be
joining
no
me. Make sure y'all
reason
hit
to
the
have
like.
any of your DNA.
Nope, not at all. In fact, if anything, you guys took my DNA at the house, correct?
So neither girl would have your DNA.
Nope.
So if I were to tell you that I found some underwear that had your DNA in it, how would you explain that?
I would say that is not, that there's no way in shape in any form.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way.
Jonathan.
Okay.
Welcome back, Candy Cane.
There's no doubt that you're a good guy.
You seem
You're a
very
stand-up
nice.
guy. You take care of your family. You take care of your family's family. I've
Yeah.
no doubt about that. Okay. I've no doubt you try to be a father figure. I've no doubt you try to be a positive influence on those girls. No doubt in my mind. Okay. No doubt at all. It's obvious that you love those girls like they're your own.
Yeah,
I can see your face light up.
Yeah.
Nice and bright when you talk about them because you love them like they're your own, you know?
Correct.
And I don't doubt that for a second. Okay. But I also know there's a reason why your DNA came back to Samaya's kit. Okay. The kit, they sent the clothes, her kit, and everything off. Or Ayana. I'm sorry.
Yana.
I'm sorry. I get the two mixed up all
Yeah,
the time.
he's
That's
talking
my
about
bad.
Yana. So with the case across the street, there was a kit done.
Correct.
And she was wearing specific clothes to include underwear.
Yeah, she told me that was one of her biggest pet peeves, that they took underwear from her.
Okay. So that's what he's talking about.
That's what I was referring to.
That wasn't my DNA.
Not funny, but did he just say now that they told him that his DNA tested positive on the kid on the child's underwear? Now that they told him that, now all of a sudden the girl always took underwear from his wife.
I didn't.
100%.
No way.
It's DNA. Yeah.
I'm not saying you're a monster. I don't think you're a monster at all. Okay. I think maybe they came on to you and
Welcome
things went a
back,
little
ladies.
too far. It happens all the time. Okay. Did you know the age of consent in Florida is 16? Were you aware of that?
No, not
Okay.
at all. That's
It's 16. But what happened. It's done. It's over with. The main focus right now is trying to locate Ayana. Okay.
I don't know where Ayana is at. I have no idea where to find her. She never told me anything about running away, and I can't. I don't know. I can't give you any information I don't have about her. Period. You know.
Did you know that truck number 7 picked up the rollaway garbage on December 20th from the landfill?
I don't know what truck number. What are you talking about as far as?
The large container that takes about a week to fill up
Oh, and
At your work.
at your work.
oh, I don't know what trucks pick them.
Yeah, truck 7 picked up the garbage that day.
Okay.
Do you know where they took it?
I would assume I work for the garbage company, private landfill. I guess it's
They're
either.
specific where they take it. And everywhere. It's amazing with the landfill how they have everything gridded out.
Mhm.
Like to the T.
Okay.
If this table were in the middle of that landfill, they could find it for me. That's
Like I
how
said,
fast.
I don't think you're a bad guy.
No.
Okay.
I think you love your whole family. I think you worry about Naomi. I think you
That's
worry
all
about Mia.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you worry about your son.
Mhm.
I think you have a lot of things on your shoulder. And I think your parents, I think your mother raised you correctly.
Absolutely. This is why I'm as long as I'm living now.
Right.
Yeah.
So take us through exactly what happened.
With what? Are you? I mean, what are you guys implying?
So
Let's
listen,
just put it out on the table for me.
we are telling you
Mhm.
that we know where the contents of that bin went. And you're sitting in here and we even know the truck number.
Yeah. Look.
Okay, so I see some folks have come in. Welcome to the chat, Lady Steph, Candy Cane. What we're watching right now is actually the interrogation of Jonathan Quiles or Quiles, however you say it. I thought when I kept talking about I gotta find this interrogation, I thought it was Jarvis Butt. Because I remember watching this interrogation early last year. So last week when we was watching the Jarvis Butts hearing, I thought it was the same guy because it's so eerily the same. Hey, Antonio Anthony, thank you for joining. But this is a total different guy with damn near the same story. Now, this guy, Jonathan Quiles, who we're watching, he's actually been convicted of unaliving, SAN, impregnating his 16-year-old niece. But we're watching it because it's just too similar. You know, it's just too much the same. So let's continue. Live reaction. Thank y'all for joining. Please hit the like.
Through it. I mean, I have nothing.
No, we're here
Okay.
to discuss the day that was filled up.
Yeah.
We're here to discuss the contents of the dumpster at your work.
Yeah. This whatever goes through, whatever comes out the vehicles usually go into a yellow bin. And then from there, it gets dumped into the thing. Sometimes the tire guys on the concrete plant, they have like a blue basket or whatnot. It'll get dumped into another yellow.
So I'm in
bin.
here discussing with you. Who am I discussing with you? Not car parts, right?
So you're
I'm
trying.
talking about Samaya, Ayana.
Okay.
Okay. So
We've talked to a lot of people. We've done a lot of research.
Mhm.
We've done everything, okay? Because we were trying to find her. So we're looking into everything. We're turning over every stone because that's what her family deserves.
Yes.
All right. It's time to bring them closure. It's time to get through this. And it's time to put all this out on the table. All right.
I wish I could help you. I don't have any information as far as the whereabouts of Ayana, and as far as the DNA you guys talking about, that is, yeah, I can understand that, but I mean,
but you understand, like I wouldn't bring you in here if that wasn't 100%, because that would be like the craziest fishing expedition. Listen
can understand
to
that.
me,
Yeah.
honey, look me in the face. I would never bring you in here if I did not have that DNA 110%, because I would know that I was fishing in the dark, and I don't fish in the dark, ever, ever. I think you are a genuinely kind person. And I say that sincerely. I just look at me.
I'm looking at you.
I don't fish in the dark, my dear.
Okay.
I've been doing this so long. Long in the tooth.
Mm.
And I'm telling you right now, I did not bring you in here to go fishing in the dark either. So don't insult me.
I'm not insulting you at all.
Don't insult me with the DNA, because I'm 100% on that. She had your DNA, male semen, in her underwear. Do you understand?
Yeah, I
Okay,
hear
so-
what you're saying.
So
But that's no
I'm
way.
just saying, no, there's 100%.
It's no way.
No. Because either I'm lying
Yeah.
or it's 100%, and I'm telling you it's 100%.
Yeah.
That is something that I would never do in my business, in what I do. And let me tell you why. I have a policy on that. Because when I do what I do, because I'm special assault, that's what I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I go in a room and I say, yeah, I found your DNA, and they know their DNA couldn't be there.
Yeah.
See, I'm fishing in the dark. I'm swatting at flies. And there's no sense in doing that, because it backfires every time. And when I train other detectives, I tell them, don't you go in there and bullshit about DNA, because it either is or isn't. And if you don't know, then shut your mouth. That's where I'm at. I'm not shutting my mouth. The DNA's there. Now, I don't know how it got there in her underwear, so I'm not going there, but I'm just telling you, there'd be no other reason for her DNA to be there, right? But that's neither here nor there as to what we're talking about, because whatever's in her underwear isn't going to bring closure to her family, now is it? So I'm willing to shelf that for now. We'll shelf that one. But understand, say what you want about Kim. She's devastated because the child she birthed from her womb is missing, and her soul is dying, and her children cry And I can't tell you how much we put up with the crime. It's overwhelming them. They deserve better. They deserve better. Naomi deserves better. Your family deserves better. You were raised to be a quality person.
And that I am.
And they deserve to know the truth.
Yeah. I'm laying it all out for you. I'm laying it all out for you guys. I mean, you say you got DNA on me. I mean, I'm not trying to insult you.
Listen, that has nothing
or
to
anything
do.
like
That
that.
has nothing
You're
to do with.
implying about a dumpster or whatnot at the job as if I had something to do with Ayana's disappearance, and this is what you guys are pushing towards me. You know, but you're not saying it. I mean, you're kind of beating around the bush with it. Just tell me what you guys are implying. You're implying that I had something to do with Ayana's disappearance, and then and possibly being a dumpster. Is that where this is going right now?
We believe you're responsible for her disappearance, yes.
Okay.
And listen, there's a lot of things that can overwhelm people. You get backed in a corner, you get overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. You're hitting me at every angle. Your wife's on bed rest. Is she on bed rest?
Correct.
That is a very, very tense time.
It's not the first time.
Yeah, but it's a tense time.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a relaxing day at the house every day because it's stressful for her every day. You know, because you want to do stuff and you can't.
My wife and I is we have no issues whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I have no problems. I mean, we've in the first year of our marriage has been hectic,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, we've been two peas in a pie. So there's you can't bring my wife into any of this thing. That maybe this is the reason why I can possibly be the reason why Ayana is disappearing, as you just say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, truthfully,
How many months is your wife pregnant?
my wife is about to give birth.
Right.
Yeah.
And how far along was Deanna?
I don't know. The last
5 going on 6
the
months.
last we checked, 5 months or something like that.
That's stressful.
Yeah. I mean, how for whom though?
It's stressful. That would be stressful.
Yeah.
For both of them.
Hey, Miss
At the
Steph
same
219.
I wouldn't know anything about Ayana being stressed about any baby because when she finally let anybody know about her being pregnant, she was over 5 months already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know that was just as shocked as her mother.
Mm-hmm. And you read the diary?
I'm sorry?
You read the diary.
I just read only the pages that was given to my wife.
How would you surmise that diary?
As a girl that had a vivid imagination.
Who was in love?
Yeah, and you know what? Yana's track record with boys is not.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty intensive with her falling in love with people.
And the thing about the diary, it was written over from 2017 through 2018, and the same love was the same love the whole time, and it wasn't the kid across the street.
Yeah.
Mm.
The last I checked was,
She's pretty. You're handsome. Let's just not even beat around the bush. And she's very clear. She's very clear. It's the same guy. And this is a diary that she goes back to over periods of time. Still talking about the same guy. So for a fantasy, it's a fantasy she's been repeating for over a year. And guess who's the topic of her fantasy?
Jose,
you.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
100%.
No.
So I also talked to Samaya.
Yeah.
Who's Jose? So Jose is my uncle.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not. I won't be surprised if they forced her to say that.
No, she didn't force when I was talking to her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
When I made everybody leave, like we had a conversation.
Yeah. That doesn't.
She doesn't. Samaya is a quiet person. But
this is crazy, dude. I'm like,
is not.
this
But
is like, wow.
she is not as quiet as she is. She's a very dominant person, which is unusual. She has like a quiet power.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you can get somebody to do crap if you don't want her to. I think that whole lie, pleaser attitude, that's her manipulating.
It's been proven that she's easily manipulated by her mother.
Yeah, she didn't strike me as manipulated. And I know she told her, one thing I know is that she told her mom one story, but when I had her, we had another understanding. Cut the crap. And then she laid some stuff out with me that would just embarrass the hell out of her. Like stuff you don't want to say about yourself that she admitted to me that we're not complimenting to her, right? But her mom wasn't in the room, so I let her do that. I gave her her respect, but she said things that weren't nice about herself. And that's when you know someone's being genuine, because they cut the shit and they just say it like it is, right? Because it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to put it on the table. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off or jumping in a cold pool. You just got to go for it or you'll be tiptoeing all day long. And we can tiptoe, Jonathan, all day long.
It's nothing to tiptoe about.
I don't want to tiptoe. And I'm telling you right now, she said things that we're not complimenting.
I understand that.
And she was very descriptive and very clear. And we discussed the diary, and she was clear about the diary. And she said, Ayana's a jealous girl. She is jealous. Who was she jealous of? And she was real clear. She was jealous of you. I mean, one word from you, one Snapchat from you, and she's in a tailspin. And that's, you know what? As a female, I can tell you that's what first loves do. They're your most deep love of all. I can tell you about my first love many years ago. That wasn't the love of my life. It was my first love, the most intense. That's when you're like crazy love. You do anything for them. If they say hop in the car, you hop in the car. If they want to take you for a ride, you just go. If you want to just quit school and go live in New York, well, you'll just go do it because you're crazy in love and you're not even thinking rational. It's like watching someone play house, really. Now, I say that as an older woman, but I got to tell you, when I was her age, it would have made perfect sense. You fall in love and you think, oh, we're going to go get a house and set up shop. And I'm not even thinking about how we're going to make a living or that I'm underage or that I don't have my education. That's how crazy love is when you're crazy in love. You're very gullible. Okay? And she's gullible. She was gullible. And she was madly in love for over a year.
Yeah.
Over a year.
I'm sorry.
And then I have DNA. Then I have DNA in the pants that will not go away. Listen, I wouldn't be this calm. I would be working you over a little bit more. But that seals my deal. Like I said, we can shelf that part. Because at this point, Detective Abbott and I are more concerned with more pressing issue.
Okay,
and
yeah.
notice we're not looking for Ayana.
Yeah.
We're saying closure for the family.
I don't have any deal with Ayana's disappearance, and that's just what it's gonna be. I'm sorry, and you guys are charging me with
Well,
it.
no. I'm not charging you with that. I have an accusation from Samaya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's very descriptive. So I'm not charging you at this point with anything with Ayana.
So
I'm wanting closure.
I can't give you any closure that I can't give you any closure. I have nothing to do with. I'm sorry. I wish I can help you. I can't.
I think you absolutely could if you wanted to.
No, I can't.
I know this sucks.
No, this is
But there's no way.
beyond sucks.
There's no way to turn back the time. What happened happened. We know that.
That's.
I just need you to tell me what happened.
I can't give you anything that I don't know anything about. I can't give you anything. I understand, you guys got a job to do or whatnot, but you are looking at the wrong person. I have nothing to do with that girl disappearing whatsoever. Now, Samaya, in that situation, you will figure out that this is all bogus. And I have nothing to do with this either.
That may be the case.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm looking at the wrong guy.
Well, I'm sorry. Then you know what? You just guys got to charge me for whatever you got to do, unless and you have any other questions for me, or send me on my way. I don't need no water right now. I'm just beyond just baffled that I'm a person of interest in the disappearance of my niece, and then also what you're saying here as far as DNA goes. There's no way. See, because you
100%.
you say that
100%.
okay, you say that you guys got my DNA, and I'm saying there's no fucking way that you guys got my DNA, because I've never, ever been disrespectful to my wife or to any of these girls whatsoever.
Give us a moment. You sure you don't want the water?
I'm good. I just, whenever you guys are done with me, I can go. That'll be great.
All right.
Thank you.
So Winter said she's not in the mood for that. She's not in the mood for that good cop, bad cop stuff, right? But if you notice, I was gonna type in the chat, they actually switching off the. It seems to me like the good cop, bad cop role is being exchanged, right? One moment she the good cop, one moment he the good cop. You know, it seems like they switching out as necessary. Let's get back into this interrogation. Shout out to the interrogation room, the source channel for this video. Let me drop the link.
So that's her,
Yes, I am.
right? So I know I am real close with my siblings. I have a little brother, constant pain in my butt. But to this day, I just love him. Do you have siblings?
I have my brother.
And are you twin?
No.
Oh, is
2
he
years
older or
apart.
younger?
Older.
He's older. You guys get along?
For the most part, yeah. My relationship has never been,
But down and down, y'all love each other. You got each other back.
I guess.
Yeah, because I know if something happened to me, my brother would go straight redneck right behind me and showing his butt.
Correct.
I count on it, right? But we don't always see eye to eye either. So, can you tell me why the brother that has your back would make a phone call and tell us in such great detail, how she must have been suffering?
Everything he's told us is lining up. Your job's cooperating. They're pulling all the video.
Yeah.
They've got the cadaver dog back there in the back where the old cars are.
Yeah.
Okay. We tracked down the dumpster.
Mhm.
Who picked it up, confirmed that it was picked up on the same day, just like you told them.
What? Like I told who? My brother?
Your brother?
Mhm.
No.
How would someone in New York know all these things?
Me and my brother talk a lot. And
Yeah.
Threw a
That's
phone off
right.
the bridge.
Yeah.
How
Well-
would he know so many details? And honey, he's in another state.
Yeah.
He's describing your workplace. He's like laying it out.
I've been
But
on
why would he
video
do that?
chat with him.
Why would he
multiple
do that
times.
though?
Video chat's not going to cover all that. You know that.
No. Video chat. I've been on video chat, and he knows my workplace because I stay. I
No.
work.
Besides that, he is so detailed.
I don't know what he told you.
He told us.
He told us the truth.
No.
He told us you tried choking her.
No.
Listen to me. Look at me, hon. It's a very personal thing.
Yeah.
To choke someone. And he said that it was making you sick.
No.
And it was making you sick looking at her face, probably listening to her. She was probably begging you, gurgling, panicked.
I'm so sorry, guys.
And he said that
This is
you
not.
got really upset,
No.
and then you ended up shooting her.
No.
I don't know why your brother would say all that. I mean, is he as imaginative as Samaya?
No.
Do you know
My
what I mean?
my brother, he sent me a message stating that he was gonna go
So he
over
told
to the
you?
police. Oh yeah, absolutely. He said he sent me a message today that he was
Well,
gonna
why
go
would
to the
he
police.
do that? He's your
Nah,
brother, and you love each other. Why? What would even
No.
make him want to do that?
my brother Joe, I don't know what the hell is going on with him, but
But he loves you.
I assume he does. I mean,
He does.
yeah.
Go ahead and talk.
My brother, when Yana first went missing or whatnot, he asked me. He's like, "Yo, where is Yana? Where is Yana?" And I was literally crying. You know, I spoke to my pastor prior to him talking to me. I was already crying, and I got people over at the job knows that I was all messed up, crying and doing all that there stuff. And he was like, you know, what's going on? What's going on? And I was like, dude, Yana done disappeared. She hasn't made it home.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yet, you know, and he was like, well,
Tell
where
my
is she?
dog I
Where
love
is she? I was saying, I told him, like, because he kept on saying, where is she? And my response to him was, yeah, I got her tied up in the back, like, you know, start being sarcastic. And from that point on, after we, you know, did the conversation, because I spoke to my wife after that and stuff like that, I didn't speak to him probably until maybe 3 days after that. I think it was after you guys came over to the house. And I explained to him, like, the homicide detectives came over to the house and all that. And he was like, man, what do you know, what's going on and all that? And I said, you know, they're just their routine thing. I gave them DNA or whatnot, whatever they asked for, I gave them. I'm compliant. I have nothing to hide. And he was like, man, yeah, that's just so messed up. Why are they looking at you, though? That was our conversation. And then comes, I believe, yesterday, he called me again, and he's all like, all fucked up, like all messed up. And I'm like, yo, dude, what the hell is going on with you? And he says, no, I can't believe that you did that to that girl and all that there stuff. I was like, hold on, bro. How long you been feeling this since the last time we talked? He's like, yeah, I haven't been able to eat. I haven't been able to sleep and doing. I was like, dude, I could have put that shit to bed from the beginning. You know, if you know, we always joke about, because my brother and our relationship that's all it's been. We grew up together, but his style of life didn't concur with my style of life. I was in, you know, the NYPD auxiliary police office, and he was a drug dealer, you know, so our life didn't, you know, coincide with each other. So, you know, we never been that tight. So anything that we've ever talked about was always on joking basis. You know, him being in love with a midget, you know what I'm saying? You know, him being with other women around his wife and all that dear stuff, because he's Muslim or whatnot. Everything has always been on a joking matter. Like, I would, you know, I don't understand.
He wasn't joking when he called us.
Well, I obviously, because I'm sitting here, right here in front of you guys.
Jonathan, you also know, you're telling us everything he said is bullshit.
Yeah.
Straight 100% bullshit, even with all the details.
Correct. I don't even know where he got all them details from.
Just like it's bullshit that your DNA was found on that stuff with Ayanna.
Yeah.
Which would maybe cause, you know, semen causes the baby.
I guarantee you that ain't no bullshit.
Yeah.
That is not no bullshit. Okay.
There's just no way. There's no way. I'm telling you.
The shit has happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Things went bad. Okay. I'm not trying to cuss, but I cuss all the time. Look, things happened. Things went too far. We know it's over. This is done. This is totally over.
Saying that no way this could happen. This happens every day.
Yeah.
You can sit there
They were
and sit there
you.
and go over this 1,000 times and keep saying no. But we know
The DNA doesn't lie.
we know this happens. Okay. Your brother had too many details, and maybe you did walk through on the video chat or whatever. He knew things about the inside of that junkyard that he wouldn't know. He knew things about that bridge that's between your home and your work, where you told him you threw her phone off in the river.
No way.
And you're going to sit there and still say
we have a dive team
I'm telling
looking.
you.
Your boss is helping.
Yeah.
We've got dogs in that yard.
They found a car.
It's the little
When we
things
went out
too.
there, they found a car with blood in it.
No way.
Listen.
There's no way, man. I'm telling you. You guys,
Jonathan,
there's no way.
Jonathan.
This is your time to
Yeah.
get it
Devil
right.
is in the details, but let me tell you this: even just the little things throughout. Like your name didn't come out of a hat. We're not picking on you. when they questioned you and they were talking to you at your home,
What time?
homicide,
Okay.
okay? You mentioned to them that she had 38 pair of underwear.
No, my wife mentioned that.
She said
My wife
she
mentioned
took her prized possession, all her Victoria's Secret
Yes.
underwear, and you said 38 pair.
Yeah, no, well, I was giving, I don't know exact pairs of underwears with her, but I was just saying, that's what I'm saying, really, that's what she held like to her highest standard
But
was
you would know,
her underwear.
her mom did.
Everybody, yes, she does.
she
I'm
doesn't.
sorry, that's
We asked her.
BS.
We asked her, and she didn't even know why we were asking. We
She's
said,
like, yeah,
"How
she's
many
got those underwear,
She
but
said she
I don't know how many she
I
has.
asked Samaya off the cuff, "You know how many underwear sister?" She started laughing, and she said, "Well, no. Like, why would I know?" But you threw out a number, and you know, it's so funny because sometimes when people are hiding something because they're desperate, they will hide it. But their body always tattletales on them.
Yeah.
They give off
I have
things that they
nothing.
didn't mean to give off. And I can
Ma'am,
see her
I have
sharing with
nothing
you.
to hide.
I can see her sharing
And
with
it's
you
my
with
wife
her little bags
that set
packed.
the numbers of underwears that she has because my wife
Someone
knows.
picked her up from school and someone took her to where you work.
I'm sorry.
Don't be
Guys,
sorry.
I'm
Listen.
sorry that you guys are thinking that this is the situation now because I spoke to my brother and I know what he was telling you guys and all that.
Detail.
Yeah, and I'm like I keep on saying
He got his
I'm
details
sorry.
from you.
He did not get his details from me
No, he
because
didn't. He did.
he did not.
Because
No,
I
he
talked
did
to him
not.
today.
Good. I'm glad you did. My brother, I mean, if that's what you're gonna got, if you guys got to go off of, I mean,
We
it's
are confirming everything he
Mhm.
told us.
okay. Then I don't
But
know
this
what
is your
else to
chance.
tell
This is
you.
your chance, man.
I mean,
Come on.
seriously.
This is your chance to do the right thing.
Was so in love with you.
No,
So in love with you.
not with me.
She was. And she definitely had a pair of underwear on with your guy swimming in it.
No.
Yes, that's 100% science. That's science you can't argue with.
No.
And that's from a long time ago. So this isn't even something that was recent. And I can see her being 5 months pregnant when your wife, who is a very dominant person, because you said yourself she's a blunt, pull no punches woman.
That's right. That's all
And
right.
I got to tell you, as a woman, if I'm on bed rest with your baby, I don't want to find out that my niece is also with your baby. And when we have little
Who the hell
play
would?
dates, and when we have no, well, seriously,
I'm being
You're
very
correct.
serious.
you're correct
with
on
you.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll agree on that. That's a non-starter. And when you say, "Well, I don't have any pressure," listen, you did.
I did not. I don't have
Twin
any pressure
birthdays.
at all.
Listen, not even birthdays, just the same thing. How do you even have Christmas? How do you have any holidays? Because the little baby Ayana would have had was looking a lot like the one you just had, right? And that's evident from her diary, her 4-page diary, where she goes into great detail about how much she's in love with you. And on top of all of that, we have the DNA. Then we don't even know your brother. He found us. Are you kidding? He's calling us with details. You tried to choke her and she wasn't dying right and it was making you sick. Looking at her.
That is crazy.
Well, that's something no one asked for. Hell, I didn't even know you had a brother. He enlightened us. DNA is science. We can, that's given. She's speaking from the dead. She's speaking from the dead. 4 pages at different times of her love, professing her love, and how she wants to run away. How y'all are going to just be that little family that I talked about. How when you're so in love, you just are gullible and you do whatever someone says. And if they say, "Hey, pack a couple bags, meet me on the edge of your school property, we're going to run away together." Oh, I believe she did it. I certainly do. I believe she did it, and I believe it's just a matter of time. And the question is, you talked about Samaya making you out to be a monster. Of question for you, Jonathan. Are you a monster? Are you a monster?
Not at all.
Look at her face.
I could look at her face.
They need
I am not a
closure.
monster. I'm not a monster. I had nothing to do with her disappearance. I had nothing to do with her disappearance at all.
So the whole family's off. Samaya's a liar. Your brother who loves you is just crazy. Right? Everyone's just circling Jonathan.
The last I spoke with my brother, he was all bent out of shape, and he was just like, "Yeah, I can't believe, I'm disappointed in you and all that there stuff." And I'm like, "Hold on, bro. You got this all twisted. I didn't do nothing. I have no idea what the hell happened with this young lady, any of that." So
how did he have all those details?
I don't know how he had all those details. I'm sorry. I don't know how he had any of those details.
You told him.
No.
You know you did.
I did not.
Sometimes when things happen, and like I said, the body will tattletale on you. Sometimes it's a very common thing. It's very common. See, you maybe have never done this stuff before, but this is all we do.
I understand that.
So we'll meet 50 Jonathans in a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like to write a book.
Ooh-wee.
So one of the things our little bodies do, Jonathan, is that we need to do something cathartic. We need to do something that takes that edge off, that stress, that freak out moment. Full tilt boogie. That's when you just absolutely lose it. And you got to come back to ground. And sometimes what they do is they'll tell someone they most trust, like say a brother, and they will tell them what they did, because then they feel a little bit better, like they're freaking out and they got to replay it. Like, I got to really go over that. I really just do that? And he said he didn't believe you at first. He thought you were kidding. But it was so detailed.
No. I'm sorry. Nope.
He didn't sound crazy.
Jonathan,
he sounded very down to earth.
Why'd you get a new phone?
My phone was cracked. It was broken on the back of it, and then the front, and then the screen was starting to have
Why'd
issues.
you sell your van?
Well, the
I'm
reason.
a fire sale, man.
The reason, because the starter went out on it, and I've been, and you could even ask Jonathan. I've been Jonathan from my job. He's the guy that hired me. This is even prior to her even being, coming out to being pregnant. I've been asking them how much would they give me for the van, because it was something that I wanted to get rid of, because I have the van, I have my Dodge Durango, and I have a Dodge Intrepid that's in the yard. So that me getting rid of my van is why I can't.
So we have a family.
And if anything, we offered it to Kim.
Yeah,
we offered to
Kim
give it to her.
Kim doesn't recall that.
Yeah, of course she doesn't. You could ask my wife. She was the one that offered it to her.
So Jonathan, you have.
And I offered it to my brother. Excuse me, I offered it to my brother. I said, come down here and get this title for this van, drive it back. And this was been months prior to her even anybody finding out that she was pregnant or anything. So, I mean, I've been trying to get rid of my van. This is just coincidental that I sold my van after she disappeared. This is something that has been pre-planned. I had somebody at the job that wanted to buy it. He never showed up, so I put it on Facebook.
How'd you get her into the job site?
I didn't get nobody into no job site at all.
Even in here, it talks about you being mad because she didn't tell you she was pregnant first.
No.
Like you were supposed to be the one, because then y'all could, fix the problem.
Not at all.
That's her writing it. She authored that. She offered that. That's her. You were mad. He was angry at me because I didn't tell him first.
No.
You don't tell, who you don't tell first if you're her age? Mom's usually first. But you know who you don't tell? The baby daddy. So we have a family that you did everything for. Drop work, drop everything, and go help. And what do they repay you with? Accusations of impregnating her and teaching her about sex.
Correct.
And then we have our DNA, which I'll be honest, we were looking at the guy across the street. He was the only guy on the radar. I didn't even know your name. Who are you? You meant nothing to me. I didn't even know you were there. Who's Uncle Jonathan? I don't know. I'm looking at the kid across the street, the 21-year-old. And I say, hey, let's get his DNA. Now we got his DNA, sure enough. But we got yours too. Boom. Who is this? Who's this? Just popped up. I wasn't looking for it. Okay? That is the God's honest truth. I wasn't looking. I didn't know who Jonathan was till the DNA came back, right? Then we have the van for sale. Then we have questioning, and you know exactly how many pair of underwear. Hell, our own mother doesn't know that. Then we have a large 4-page love letter that just goes on, and it starts from 2017 all the way till now. Then we have a family member, a brother, who's got your back. He's your brother, grew up with you, lives in New York, calling us with details like you can't imagine. You can't write. This wouldn't even sell as a movie. It's just so many places and pieces together. Jonathan, at a certain point, every bit of it fits together. And now we're searching the areas. We're working with your employers. We're checking with our dive team. And listen to what I'm telling you. At some point, be the child your mother raised. Look at her face. And don't be the monster.
I'm not the monster.
Are you being a monster?
I am not being a monster.
I'm looking at someone that needs to absolutely stop with this. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you all this stuff, every bit of it. And why?
I'm sorry.
And in the end, but Jonathan, in the end, what you're telling me is I'm a great guy. I'm a loving guy. I do nothing but love my family and my extended family. I was raised right. I'm a good guy. I love my wife, love my children, raised them like daughters. But for some reason, every single bit of your support system and love that totally surrounds the world of Jonathan has agreed. Jonathan killed her. Jonathan killed her, and he got rid of her body in a dumpster. Number what?
Truck number 7.
Truck number 7. And truck number 7 on that very day has an absolute place exactly where they have to dump their stuff. It's all done on computer. It's a big fat grid. It's amazing.
No, I'm well aware of the.
And the brother from New York's calling us with details. Are you kidding? And you're looking at us like, I'm such a great guy. I don't even know why I'm sitting
I know
here.
it's a fucked
And
up
I have to
situation,
tell
but
you.
excuse my
And
French,
your
but
own niece, you're telling me your niece would never say those things unless someone made them.
Correct.
She was reliving sex with you. And she told me that she heard you on monthly times. She knew of you having sex with Ayana, and she would describe to me because she said Ayana was so jealous that she wanted her to know exactly what you did with your penis and what you did here and there and what she did to make you happy. She went into great detail about her making sure she knew it because she said my sister was just so jealous.
Yeah.
So jealous. And Samaya has no reason to lie. Where's the payoff for her? Where's the payoff if she lies? Where's the big payoff? What does she get in return? No trips to the beach, no trips to the pool, no fabulous stay at your house anymore, right? I get she's persona non grata at your house.
I know, but everything's good. I have to say this because this is an absolutely great question. I know the interrogation is part of the process. However, if they're 100% sure they had the right person, why work so hard to get him to confess? Just thinking out loud. That's excellent. Nothing beats a confession. Nothing beats a confession. That's why when they have DNA, the smoking gun, that's why they still interrogate them, and that's why they still try to get it, because nothing beats a confession.
House you said she wanted desperately to live in.
Correct.
That's her payoff. Where's the payoff for her? Where does harming you? You're telling me she's texting you, apologizing that you're even being drugged down like this. Where is the payoff for Samaya to talk about you? Where is that?
hey guys, I'm sorry. Hey, we got something we need to look at real quick.
Okay.
We'll be with you in a second. I appreciate it.
Do you need some water? Okay.
And she had to run. So this is my partner, Detective Guthrie. We're almost done. All right, just bear with me. I just want to run through this timeline one more time, just so I can make sure I've got all my facts straight. Okay, because I mean, I talked to you, I took some notes, but I don't want to inaccurately document this. Okay, so tell me again.
Tell you about what? What am I telling you?
Okay, when did all this start? When did you first find out she was missing?
I believe
Without all the stuff in between, just
the day that she didn't come home from school.
okay. What day was that?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not good with dates, so I don't know if it was a Wednesday or Thursday. I know it was that she wasn't on the bus. My wife called me and said that Ayana didn't make it home from school.
Okay, was that the last day of school before?
I don't know.
Before the break?
I think they had. Well, I don't know. No, because my son was still going to school, so it had to been, I guess, in the middle of that week or something like that.
Okay, so you're thinking Wednesday, Thursday of whatever week that was.
Yeah.
Okay, it was actually the 19th. That's when they reported it. Okay. So right before the break. Right before the break. All right. When was it that you first talked to your brother?
I think it was the day after she didn't come home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she didn't come home the 19th, so it would have been
20th or something.
the 20th. Okay. And that's Joseph, right?
Yeah.
Same last name, Quiles?
Quiles, correct. Yeah.
Quiles.
Okay.
Okay.
Quiles,
Okay. All right. When did you talk to him again?
It was about I want to say anywhere from 3 to 4 days after that. Like I said, I'm not too.
Was it after Detective Guthrie and I came out and talked to you?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, that's right. That's when you guys came to the house. I think I talked to him. It wasn't that day for sure. I know it was maybe the day after, or because it was Sunday, was it not? That you guys came. So yeah, Monday I believe I spoke to him.
Okay, so we came out on Sunday. What was 30th? And then the 31st was Monday, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Yeah, because I was at work. I was at work that day, and then New Year's Day, I think it was off.
And what conversation was that with him on the 31st?
Prior to him, I believe he called me. Prior to him calling me, I was speaking to my pastor, and I was pretty much expressing the concern and stuff like that I had with Ayana not coming home. You know, it's not like her. You know,
Why would you talk to your pastor about that? Because I mean, he doesn't seem like he's involved with it.
Oh well, he's not involved, but I mean, my wife is super pregnant. She's high risk. It's not something that I can just she's already stressed on her own, and from the last pregnancy, it's just only anything that can have her prematurely go into the hospital. We had to stay last time almost a month in the hospital until we got our daughter out.
So when is your daughter's or your wife's due date?
The 28th. Like I said, you can't quote me on this month. And I know it was supposed to be a little longer than that, I think in February, but since she's high risk, they kind of gave her a lower date.
I know you said initially when we were talking to you, we're asking you questions about the disappearance, and you said my wife is absolutely has nothing to do with this.
No, what do you mean?
Well, you were saying that's what you told us. You're like, my wife doesn't know anything about her disappearance. She's not involved with her disappearance.
I never said anything.
You didn't say that to
No,
us?
sir. No. It was never a question for me to warrant me to even say anything like that.
Well, we were asking about you and your wife, and knowing where she went. Because I said, who took her? Where did she go? What do you know about that?
Yeah. When we
And
don't.
you said, me and my wife.
We
My
don't
wife
know
doesn't
nothing
know anything
about that.
about that.
Correct. Me and my wife doesn't know anything about her disappearance and whenever she left or whatever she did.
Do you realize because it's your wife,
Mhm.
and also because she's pregnant, she seems to kind of be the dominant role in your marriage. That it's also a possibility we've considered that maybe she put you up to something,
No.
and that we also need to talk to her too, and we need to bring her down here and talk to her also as a suspect.
You don't even have to do any of that. You can talk to her at the house. I mean, like I said, that wasn't you. I talked to the other guy. You guys could have called me. I would have came in here willingly to talk to you guys. I mean, we have nothing to do with the disappearance of Ayanna Sawyer. We have nothing to do with it at all, whatsoever.
What do you think your wife's going to say when we ask her those questions?
She's going to say the same thing.
Are you sure?
I'm bothered.
Because everybody else is saying that you are.
Yeah. And it's just unfortunate, but that's not the truth.
Well, unfortunate is a huge understatement.
Yeah. It is. But so, like I keep on expressing over and over,
I know you do. But I also understand that this is a very difficult thing to talk about. And I know that it would be a very difficult thing to talk about. I understand that, one, admitting to yourself is bad enough, but admitting to someone else something crazy like this, it's hard to admit that, you can be capable of doing something so crazy.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Not in this case, man. I'm telling you, not in this case. I have nothing to do with Ayanna's disappearance whatsoever. You guys could comb through their yard. You guys could go through all the video thing, and it will exclude me from you guys' investigation. As far as Samaya goes, in that situation, you will see how many times she changes her story, and you see how unreliable her word is. I know the young lady that was sitting here is completely adamant about me being the monster, but I'm not.
She never said you're a monster. And I also made that clear. I don't even think you're a monster.
Yeah.
I think people make mistakes. It happens. And we got to deal with it.
Yeah, I agree. But
if you fuck up, you got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
It's been that way since day one, and it's always going to be that way.
I understand that. But like I said, I have nothing to do with Ayanna's disappearance at all. At all. Whatsoever. I know you guys got a call from my brother. He told me that he was going to call you guys.
Why would he give us this story?
See, like I explained to the officers that was here, when after I got off the phone with my pastor and I was talking to him and just pretty much, just venting pretty much to him on how worried I am about Ayanna. She's always, never once that she's ever said I'm gonna run away or did anything like that. Just always that she was gonna finish school. She's in, high scholarship, programs and everything has been school, and she's gonna graduate early, move out the house that way. It's never been that she's just gonna haul ass one day out of the blue. So that freaking bothered me. And I was expressing that to my pastor. And then after that, my brother called me, and I was speaking to him and pretty much giving him the rundown on what all is happening and all that. And then I also mentioned to the pastor about the allegations about this possibly being my baby and all that dear stuff. And I also said the same thing to my brother. And then his thing was like, all right, so then where is she? Where is she? And me being sarcastic, it's like, yeah, I got her tied up in the backyard. You know, like, where the fuck you think she is, Joe? I don't know where the hell she is. You know what I mean? And I don't know what part of that he grasped onto and kept on that he couldn't sleep at night and he couldn't eat at night. Because had he have called me prior to that, because we spoke after that, and it wasn't even like a topic. It was more about, you know, because he wigged out on his wife and not paying his child support. So that was the main topic of that day. And I explained to him that you guys came through, and he was like, well, why are they even looking at you and all that dear stuff. And then that was the last conversation we had. And then this next conversation is, you know, I told the police that you know that you freaking murdered this girl. So I'm pretty much patiently waiting for a freaking phone call.
So
and,
you talked to your pastor
mm-hmm.
because you're worried about your niece.
Correct.
You know, we don't know where she's at. We don't know if she's alive.
I'm pretty sure that she's alive and she's well. Whoever
You
she's
still think
with,
that after all this time?
absolutely. Because
So you're talking,
I know you guys are saying, you guys are saying that all this here stuff, the dumpster and all that, but like I'm telling you, I have nothing to do with that. So my in the back of my head is she ran away and she's with whoever she ran away with, and she's doing great, because that's what keeps me going. Not all the other allegations that you guys are coming up with, that she may be in the damn dumpster or whatnot.
Well, can you explain this to me? You talked to your pastor
Mm-hmm.
because you're upset about her being gone.
Absolutely.
Because you're worried. You're worried about the allegations.
Well, I wasn't worried about the allegations because
Well,
I
you're
had
talking to them
nothing.
about
I was
those
just telling them I said it,
Right.
and you know,
Right.
it's like for them to even think that of me, and that was that was.
So you need. I know you told me that you need to vent. You need to vent to him about this.
Yeah, because I can't.
Because it's weighing on you. Then why in the hell would you joke to your brother about her being tied up in the backyard or the job site?
Yeah, I didn't.
Why would you go into great
makes no sense.
detail?
No, and I get.
About,
I didn't go into any details. This is why when you're saying
you did go into great detail, because there's no way in hell that your brother would know those details, and
Dude,
there's no way in hell
I'm telling you,
that
I
video
don't
chat
know.
him,
Yeah.
he would be able to tell us everything about.
the video chat. This is where you guys are messing up. The video chat is something when he first swapped over from my iPhone to the Android, he was able to video chat again. So I work on a lot of the loaders. I do the excavator. I'm all around guy over there. So and it's still in the damn loader. So I got my phone case to be held there, and I video chat, and I took him around the whole yard. So he knows what's everything at all around the yard. He's seen it, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
Did you go through and show him, like, okay, this building is where we do this?
Yeah, I said this is how we go when we get the cars for the intake. When this is how the processing, because I took them through all of it. I said we get the car, the tow trucks bring the cars in. From there, they get cleaned. They put all the junk in the small yellow dumpster. From there, I'll grab it, put it on the rack. They drain it from all the fluids. From there, I put it on in the back end of it. From that point, then it goes out into the yard. If in fact, if it's an older vehicle, they'll put crush on it. And sometimes some of the newer vehicles get put crush on because if they can't get any money out of it, that's just how it goes.
So the loader is what, a front end loader?
It's a front, yeah.
To pick up a vehicle.
Correct. It's
So
a
you
tire.
can pick the vehicle up and essentially drive it wherever you want on that.
Yep, and drop it. They usually put them on stands and stuff like that, and that's how you're able to kind of crawl under the vehicles to pull your parts or whatnot. So yeah, he's well informed on how the yard works. show them the excavators. I operated the excavator on video with them as well.
What is the excavator?
The excavator is in a spot where after the cars come from the yard, that they've been sitting there too long, and they no longer have quality parts to take off of it. And sometimes they do, but it's just past its time.
The older cars?
Yeah, they will bring, and they'll if it has aluminum rims, it'll go on the side. They'll pop the rims off, and that's when they started implementing these new tire bins or whatever. Anyway, that's a long story, but from there it'll go to a pile that the excavator will grab, sit it, put the forks on it, because they have like these crunchers that just hold the car down. The motor gets ripped out, the wiring harness gets pulled, and then from there it'll go into a crusher. And then I think they do 4, depends on the weight of the vehicle, sometimes 3, 4 stacks of it. Then they wrap it, and then they'll put it on a 53-foot, flatbed trailer, and it goes to a crushing company or whatnot.
Where do they keep the older vehicles?
Now depends what type of older vehicles. What are you saying? Like
The ones that have
Monte
been...
Carlos? Oh no! So this is how it's set. You have the imports on one side, you have Fords, GMs, and you have, they just had set them up in categories like Ford trucks, the trucks and stuff like that. Some like SUVs, vans, and trucks, they'll go in one spot. Like 2-door cars, convertibles, Mustangs, that will go in one spot. Then the imports and the Honda Civics and all that will go in one spot. So how they do it is once they'll pull this row here. The next row that needs to get pulled is this one. The only rows that don't get pulled by a certain time is these ones that's all the way in the back, and those are like old school cars, like
Are those kept separate from everything else?
Yeah, those are more towards the rear end, and I mean it's still in the same yard, but they sit there longer. They won't rotate those cars because they're like classic cars, like the old Bentleys, the old whatever, all the old cars, Monte Carlos, anything 85s, or older, they stay in there. But the majority of the other cars, they kind of get rotated every week sometimes. Sometimes it depends on what all you get in. If you get a lot of imports in, then the imports are going to get rotated more than the other cars.
Okay, so while he rambling about the cars and everything, number one, thank you guys for joining me and supporting this content. Please hit the like if you maybe have forgotten to do so, because it's so interesting, right? To hear these guys just lie. But I stopped it right here because see how he's starting to talk a whole lot again? He had kind of got like real hush mouth when that female detective was really, really on him. And the other guy too, the first detective that's against the wall. But now, now he's real talkative again. Anytime he get comfortable, anytime he's around something that he don't have to lie about, he get real, real, real talkative. But baby, when he get turned up, he be quiet again.
And if you have like trucks and buses and stuff like that, they will usually rotate. It just all depends.
Do they tell you which cars to go out and pick up?
They will give a roll to Wayne. Wayne is the guy that normally pulls the rolls, and his helper is Don. So he has a ground guy, and then they'll give a sticky note, usually on the window, because they pre-plan what rolls they're going to pull due to the inventory that just came in for the day. Sometimes they get 80 cars in, and sometimes they get 40. It's been light these past days, so sometimes it's 100 cars. It all depends on what type of cars they get and what's the availability as far as space goes.
Are those the only guys that pick those cars up?
Wayne is the roll puller. You have Earl Moore. He operates the rack, so he will pick up the vehicles from intake that were just cleaned out, set them down onto the rack. They get drained, and then he will put them into a line, which SUVs is in one line, imports is in another line, then you got Fords.
Is this the same thing that you do?
No, well, it depends.
You mentioned picking the cars up and putting them in the crusher.
Correct.
I think that's what it's called.
Now, yeah, that's
Or put them on the rails.
it. All depends on if we short guys. You know, if Earl doesn't come in, Wayne likes to. He's a big baby, so he'll cry about something not working on his machine. He'll park his machine and he'll leave out. And at that point, because I don't pull the rolls, I let Earl, because they have more experience in doing that. And truthfully, it keeps me in the vicinity because I normally will give guys proper PPE, you know, whatever they need. So I'll stay in this one area where the rack is, or if not, I'll feed the guys in the concrete yard.
Do you ever go out and do that?
What you mean? Yeah, well, pick up. No, not in the yard. I don't pull cars from the yard. I've never done that.
Okay.
I like to keep it that way. And the reason why is it just gets stupid sometimes, as far as you got customers there, you know, you're trying to pull the roll, they're still trying to pull parts and all that. So I leave that to Earl, and Earl is more, he likes to do that because he's able to be on his phone. He's not being watched and stuff like that. So if Wayne is not doing it, Earl is doing it. And if we have both of them gone, which is very rare, I'll have to shut down vehicles going out into the yard. No rolls are going to get pulled and no vehicles are going to go on the yard. And then all I would do is take the processed vehicles that come in and stack them on the rack, and then stack up those behind the rack. There's lanes that you stack those cars that was processed that has no fluids and stuff in the vehicle. And we'll wait till they get back, and then they'll know how to run them all out. There's another guy named Red. Red, yeah. I don't know his real name, but it has to do with the reason why they call him Red.
What's your preacher's name?
Don Johnson. Yeah.
Where does he preach at?
The House of Prayer. It's off of Crestline Drive. It's behind the Roses, right off. So you got the Arlington Expressway.
Mm-hmm.
You have that big old Roses right there. Actually, where that guy got robbed and they shot him, the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
The Roses is right there, and then behind that.
And over off Merrill Road.
Was that Merrill Road? No. This is we talking a little while back. They shot the guy that was behind the register, the old guy, and he gave him, the story went that he gave him the money, and that guy ended up shooting him anyway. So yeah. that wasn't on Merrill. That was I think because it's closed down now. So is that gas station? Roses is right there, and then behind that there's the church, and then there's the fire department right there as well. So
do you know his phone number?
It's in my phone. Okay. I don't know it by heart.
All right.
So,
well, I think I have a good understanding of how that business works. And I can see where your brother would get a lot going through with the video chat, because you're just kind of like,
yeah, I just put it in the windshield.
This is that.
Yeah.
How long ago was this? You did that?
Oh shoot. Let me see. Man, I
a year ago.
I hate these questions because I can't with the dang.
How long have you worked there?
I've worked there for probably maybe going on 3-4 months, 5 months, maybe probably even longer than that. So when I first started working there, I was just like the mechanic type of deal, and then Larry broke his foot, and Larry is my supervisor, the guy that you saw in the blue shirt. Yes, he broke his foot, and I took over his position because I was the one that was more than qualified to do so. And that's when that happened. I was able to.
So within the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was able to show him, more on the ins and outs of the property, because when Larry is there, I get a list of things that they want him to do, and then he just kind of gives them to me. Just like when they came, I was doing a fence, I'm a diesel mechanic that works on machines, but so that's kind of the deal there. Yeah, he knows. He pretty knows. He knows he's seen the yard. My brother he's seen the yard.
Has he ever been to Jacksonville?
He's lived here.
So he's never seen that. other than being on the phone, he's never seen that property.
That property, no, not that I'm aware of.
Has he ever been to your new house?
No.
Trout River Drive?
No, but I also showed that when we first moved there too. Even in the old house, he's also seen that too. I shot him videos. We've also did video chat because at one point I had an iPhone and he did too. And we did video chats. Like,
Just around the house. You weren't like driving or anything.
No, because everything was just walking. The tire swing when I put up the tire swing, it was a freaking awesome thing. So it had like 40-foot chains and big old semi tires.
Is that on East 16th Street?
Yeah, 1503 East 16th Street. Well, the tire's not there, and I got a metal rod in my leg
I
because
just
of it.
remember you
But,
saying that it fell.
yeah, and it came down pretty hard. So,
Alright.
yeah.
But even with those video chats, what I'm getting at, there ain't no way.
He's got
There's
way
no
too many details.
way.
Yeah, I like I said,
He has firsthand knowledge of this.
yeah, I don't know how he came up with any of these details that you guys are
What has he
expressing.
got to benefit from for calling us?
I don't know that. And when I spoke to my aunt today,
Everybody lying but
what
him.
I asked, like,
Typical.
what was the benefit of him,
There is no benefit.
calling and
There's-
doing all that? I mean, I know he said that he couldn't sleep at night and do all that, but it's like, wait a minute, you could have talked to me when you spoke to. If you was feeling that way, you could have spoke to me after like the third day or the fourth day when I spoke to him about you guys.
What you told him is tough to stomach.
What that was like? No, because it wasn't. See, I wish you guys would have been able to hear it, because then he's like, "Oh no, that's obvious, like sarcastic."
What you told him is a tough thing to stomach, and it's a tough thing to live with, given that he also has a daughter. And he wouldn't want nothing bad to happen to her, just like you wouldn't want nothing to happen to your daughter.
Yeah, I understand.
And,
that,
and you
but
also understand people make mistakes,
I do.
and that's fine.
I understand that, but
That's totally fine.
this doesn't have nothing to do.
Well, if this isn't a mistake, then what is it?
I said this doesn't have nothing to do with me at all. That I'm not saying anything about any mistakes. I'm saying this right here, her disappearance, her running away, has nothing to do with me at all. It doesn't. That's just flat out, man.
This is your opportunity to come clean.
Yeah, I'm giving it to you.
It makes no sense what you were telling us.
I understand that, but like
None
I said,
whatsoever.
you guys, once you finish sweeping the yard, once you guys do all your investigation work, you guys will see that I have nothing to do with this at all. I'm telling you, I have nothing to do with this whatsoever.
What do you think your wife's going to say when we bring her in here and talk to her?
I'm pretty sure she's gonna give you exactly what I'm giving you guys.
What do you think she's going to say when I tell her that Ayana's DNA or your DNA is in her underwear?
I'm pretty sure she's not gonna believe it.
I'm here to tell you, scientifically proven.
Yeah.
100%. We're not bullshitting you on this case.
Your wife is going to go into self-preservation mode. That's what she's going to go into. She's got a baby on the way. She's got your young daughter, 4 years old. Four. She's keeping up with your son too.
Yeah,
It's a lot to keep up with. She suspected some things. She may have even mentioned it here and there under her breath. This is going to confirm what she knew. Okay? We don't want to put her through any undue stress.
I don't want you guys
by
to
having
put
to
her.
bring this up,
Yeah.
by having to drop a fucking bomb in her lap. And that bomb is the DNA.
Yeah.
We don't want to have to do that. Okay?
Okay, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't prepared for the flashing part on the screen. So apparently, the part that just came on the screen in the neon colors was maybe like a conversation between him and an informant transcribed. So if y'all don't mind, I am going to go ahead and rewind this a little bit because I wasn't prepared for that. So now I'm going to read it. Let's see.
100%. We're not bullshitting you on this case.
Your wife is going to go into
Instant
self-preservation
rewind.
mode. That's what she's going to go into. She's got a baby on the way. She's
So
got
the words that's
your young
gonna pop
daughter,
up on the screen. It's
4
an
years old.
outside conversation
4.
apparently had
Keeping up with
between
your son,
him,
too.
the defendant, and
So
the
it's a lot
informant.
to
So
keep up
why?
with.
See, it's going so fast.
You know, she suspected some things. She may have even mentioned it here and there under her breath. This is going to confirm what she knew. Okay. We don't want to put her through any undue stress.
I don't want you guys
by
to
having
put
to
her.
bring this up, by having to drop a fucking bomb in her lap. And that bomb is the DNA. We don't want to have to do that. Okay.
Sure, it flashed by so fast.
But this is a conversation we're going to have with her.
Pause it when it come up.
And there's going to
Okay.
be a lot of stuff coming up in her lap.
Okay.
Your young daughter, 4 years old. 4.
Okay, so here we go. The informant says, so why? This gonna be the $1 million question.
Keeping up with your son too.
Yeah.
It's a lot to keep up with.
Why were they pointing the finger at you? It's a conversation between the informant and him, the Jonathan.
You know,
First, the person.
she suspected some things. She may have even mentioned it here
The reason they were even looking my way, or they even asked.
and there under her breath. This is going to confirm
where I was and all of that. There was a rumor that
what she knew. Okay. We don't want to put her through.
The informant cuts in and say, they thought y'all was fucking around. And then Jonathan says, yeah.
Any undue stress.
I don't want.
The informant says, you think she would have told him? Jonathan says, no. The informant say, if you ain't think she was going to tell, why did you fucking kill her, dude? And that's it. So I read it out loud for you guys that's not looking
It's
down.
the DNA. We don't want to have to do that. Okay.
Thank you, OG, and thank y'all for your
But
patience.
this is a conversation we're going to have with her. And there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out that she might not normally say. And you know that. Okay.
I know. I mean, I really don't want you guys to drag her all the way over here.
We don't have a choice.
But if, like I said, if you guys have to drag her over here and give her, you know, the same speech that you guys are giving me.
It's not a speech.
I mean, it's
not a speech. It's evidence.
This is a heartfelt conversation. This is, bro, we know what you did. It's over. It's over. I know you tried hard to hide this. You did everything you could, and you failed.
No, I'm not hiding anything from you guys at all. Because if I had anything to hide, I would have.
But yet, your brother from a state.
I would have never gave you my DNA. I offered it to you. You guys didn't ask for DNA.
We asked for it. We said, "Do you mind if we get a DNA sample?"
And after the fact that I offered it to you guys, so you
No,
you
I
didn't
asked you for
You
it.
said you didn't mind. You don't
I said,
mind.
do you mind
having-
giving me DNA? And you
And
said no.
Absolutely not. That's correct. And I was like, look, I don't mind giving you guys any because I don't have anything to hide whatsoever. I've been more than cooperative for this whole process here. More than cooperative, and you guys know that. So,
What? Did she threaten you?
Ayana never.
Did she threaten to tell your wife about the pregnancy? Or
My wife
to get you in
was-
trouble?
No, my wife was the one that told me about the pregnancy. That was how she stood the night, the weekend prior, I think, the weekend prior to her we finding out that she was pregnant.
Which was in November.
Yeah, whenever that was. But she was weird. She was acting weird. My wife noticed it almost immediately. And she's never in the room, you know, like that. She never isolates because she's always in the front with Jaco or always in my son's face, you know. and she's just always in the front, like she's out and about, and she's just distant, at that time. So when we found out that she was pregnant, now we started recalling like little things that were going on, like she's always hungry or she was always throwing up. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know anything. We never put two and two together. Never.
She didn't want you to know. She don't want your wife to know.
Oh well, no. I didn't know. I don't know what is going on with this girl at all. That baby that she's having or holding, that has nothing to do with me whatsoever at all. I thought you guys went and did the DNA with the blood that she done took out. I mean, you guys could do that and you'll see. And that baby is not mine. You know what I mean?
We saw that your DNA is in her underwear.
No, it's no way. I'm telling you, there's no way.
There is a way.
It's your sperm.
Scientifically proven.
Do you think we're bullshitting about that?
I really do.
We're not.
I really do. Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. We are not bullshitting.
Yeah.
So, I think you got a lot to lose. I think that the fact that she could potentially be pregnant by you, and you know that, has you on edge. I think the fact that her family was 100% okay, they didn't want her to be pregnant at 16 years old, but the fact that she is, listen, hang on.
Yeah.
The fact that she is pregnant, her family would support her 110%. What they won't support is the fact that finding out you are that child's father. Who has the most to lose in this family right now?
So then answer me this.
Who has the most to lose?
I not me, because I don't have nothing to do with this situation here. Now, answer me this. I make good money. Why wouldn't I be able to, if in fact that let's just play around with this theory. If in fact that me and Yana had a relationship going on and stuff like that, and she was to happen to get pregnant, why wouldn't I pay for an abortion?
Because she can't get an abortion in the state of Florida at 16 years of age, unless you take her to some fucking fucked up backdoor alley and rake that shit out with a coat hanger. Or is that?
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. Because when I was growing up, my first baby mother, Samantha Morales,
you can do it.
She's had so that's where I was going with that.
Okay.
Yeah, in New York, you're
We've looked it up too.
Freaking 15 years old.
We've looked up everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've done our research. It's
when I say we turned over every stone, we have turned over every stone. And we wouldn't call you in here, and we wouldn't talk to you, and we wouldn't give you the benefit of the doubt to tell us the truth if we hadn't turned over every stone. We're not fucking around. We're not lying to you. This isn't TV. We don't make shit up. Okay? Tell us. Tell us.
I don't have anything to tell you guys. I don't have anything to tell you guys. Now, I know, like I told you guys before, I know you guys got a job to do. And I understand. My situation is looking crazy. I get that. But like when your facts come back, all of it is going to point in different ways. It's not going to point to me.
Which facts?
Who do you think it's going to point to?
I have no idea. I'm talking about what we have at hand. You guys are homicide detectives. We're talking about my niece being gone. That has nothing to do with me at all.
I think it has everything to do with you.
Slowly but surely, every fact has come back to you. When we came out to your house on the 30th, we asked you for DNA because we wanted to test it against that kit she had in March. Okay, those things take forever to test. We put a rush on it. Okay. We tested it against yours and the dude across the street. Came back to both of you. His and yours.
There's no way, man. I'm telling you, there's no way.
I'm not bullshitting you, man.
I feel kind of bullshitted, bro, because there is no way that DNA would come back to me. Period.
How did it get there?
I have no idea.
Did you?
I have no idea at all. I've never had any sexual contact with any of these girls. I never got ever inappropriate with them. And I mean, it's one time that I called Samaya a hoe. It was like, whatever, hoe. And that was it. And she flipped the hell out. That was the only time that I've ever called any of them out of their name, let alone be inappropriate with them. So when I'm telling you, you saying the DNA came back with me and him, that is just way hell no.
I'm going to ask you a few questions, and these may sound very bizarre and out of left field. Okay, so don't be offended by this. Have you ever worn her underwear?
No,
Have you ever jacked off into her underwear?
absolutely not.
Okay. Your wife, she's a lot taller than her. She
Yeah.
weighs a lot more. I'm not saying she's overweight, but she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Does your wife and her share underwear?
No, my wife would never wear,
And you would never wear your niece's panties?
no, never.
Okay. Would they even fit?
I couldn't tell you. She's thin. She's real skinny. So
Okay.
the last I checked that.
Do you see where we're going with this?
I do.
At the end of the day, there is no reason your DNA, you're the only person that can have your DNA. There's no reason your DNA should be anywhere inside her underwear. Period.
Do you know what dropout is?
No.
It's where you have semen inside a woman's vagina and gravity kind of drops out. Sometimes even if you use a condom, you take it off and it still comes in there, okay? Sometimes it's on your fingers, but it's called dropout. Ends in the underwear. It's there.
Yeah, I get it. But it's not mine, man.
It is yours.
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
The reality is the fact that you're going to deny it. At the end
Because
of the day.
it's the truth.
It's not the truth.
Yeah, man. So
And it's not even just regular DNA. It's not like I just touched him and my DNA's on there. It is sperm DNA from you that's on her underwear. And you just told me there's no possible way, with the questions he asked you, that your DNA should be inside of her underwear. Period. 100%.
100%.
Well, guess what it is? And I'm serious, honest to God. God is my witness. I will come in here, put a Bible on this table, and put my hand and swear. The fact is, your DNA is inside her underwear. This is your opportunity to get on the front side of this as opposed to the back side of this.
Explain what went wrong, explain what happened, and we can work through it.
Dude, I have nothing to explain. There's nothing that went wrong. It's nothing that done
And out of the
wrong.
blue, your brother's just going to call us up and tell us his story.
What the fuck is going on with my brother, dude? I don't. And I don't.
Well, we're going through and we're checking off boxes. All right. DNA. Check. Got it. Confirms what we didn't know, but it confirms it.
All right. I'm done with it. Let's go.
So you guys charging me?
No, you're getting charged with a case.
What case is that?
A sex case. We'll let you know in just a second.
Baby, they sick of his ass. They sick of his ass. They disgusted with his ass. And as y'all can tell, look what they chose to leave in there. Look what they just so conveniently left in front of him. Oh, picture. So he just tried to walk out just to see if he was free to go.
So,
No, you're not free to go.
Jonathan, is there anything else you'd like to say?
There's nothing else I would like to say.
Okay. All right. because I just want to give you every opportunity. If you don't have anything else you want to share or come clean with, then at this point, I'm going to place you under arrest for sexual battery. It's a first-degree felony. And that is in regards to Samaya Sawyer. Okay? So if you'll stand up and turn around and face the wall, place your hands behind your back. That's okay. Face to face.
Put them like they're praying.
Yeah,
Like you're praying.
just like that.
Yeah, too late to pray.
Ask a question.
You may.
Did my wife ever receive the keys to the vehicle? That's the only form of transportation.
Not
She was
yet.
to go in.
Like you care about your pregnant wife.
I'm not sure. I know at this point, Marjorie took care of your child, so I imagine Margie is helping her with the
She should
other
also
case.
probably be calling 911 if she's
Hey,
on
LG.
bed rest anyway. Probably shouldn't be driving. Yeah, I don't think I don't have a key.
Glad you're over here, LG. Thank you for your support. Yeah, he prayed in them handcuffs. He prayed in prison. Now he was convicted. So thank you guys for watching this with me. The reason why we watched this interrogation today is because if you've been following this channel, last week we covered, for the whole week, we covered the preliminary hearing in another case, a different case in Detroit, Michigan. That's happening right now with Naziah Harris. And in that Naziah Harris case that's getting ready to go to trial, it is practically the same type of dynamics. You know, here we are with this dude, Jonathan Quiles. He's now convicted, but he was convicted of unaliving his niece by marriage after having this illicit, improper, abusive relationship with an underage girl. And then she's pregnant. Then she come up missing and presumed, not alive. They never found the body. Almost the same exact situation as what happened in Detroit with Jarvis Butts. He's accused of awaiting trial of unaliving his niece by marriage, having an indecent, improper, abusive relationship, impregnating her. It's crazy how similar the cases are. You know, this just goes to show, again, we talked about this last week, how unfortunately, how prominent these things are. So I searched this interrogation we just watched. I searched it down because of the fact that when we was watching the hearing last week, I really thought that this guy was Jarvis Butts. And I even put on the community wall. I said, "Oh yeah, I found the interrogation." Then I put on my wall, "We're gonna do the interrogation tomorrow." And then it was after all that I say, "Wait a minute, it's not even Jarvis Butts." It's crazy, right? So we're gonna wrap it up for today. Wait, Demetria Butts wasn't married to the aunt. No, he wasn't married to the aunt, but he was no, that's the one thing. Okay, so Jarvis Butts wasn't married to the auntie who had the 5 kids in that case, and this guy was married to the auntie. But besides the marriage thing, they was both in relationships, like in-laws, meaning it's not their blood uncle, but this they auntie's dudes. So what's gonna happen is tonight I will be back here on Trial Watch with Demetria. We're gonna continue with our best of Trial Watch. We're watching the best moments of the Burn Powell trial. Tonight we're gonna continue with who was on the stand, y'all. Chris. I think it's Chris still on the stand, and then one of the daughters gonna testify after him. So we're going to get back into that tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be back live tomorrow. We're probably going to go a little bit away from these children SA cases and unaliving cases because we just going to get into some crime headlines and some maybe some arrest reactions for the rest of the week. We are preparing, we're getting lined up for another case, our first real Trial Watch 2025 Hey, Joy. On this channel, we're going to do our first real trial watch from gavel to verdict. Starting February 3rd with the Jamaria Sessions case out of Florida. That's the case where the Tyshell Martin is being accused of unaliving Jamaria Sessions, 9 years old. Tyshell, the defendant, was the girlfriend of the victim's father. The Tyshell sicked 100-pound Rockwaller on 9-year-old Jamaria. Because of this, Jamaria got a lot of different injuries, and she didn't make it through. She died. Once they called the EMT 911 for the dog bites or what have you, that's when they found proof of long-term abuse. So that's a trial that we're going to be watching out of Florida February 3rd. Until then, y'all keep coming. Y'all keep showing up. I appreciate y'all. Who is doing it now? What do you mean? What do you mean by who is doing it now? And I'm going to be here every day, with some type of action, some type of true crime that's going on. I'm just loving the way we are growing over here and participating. Yeah. So keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. Y'all keep showing up. I'll keep showing up. Let me see. I'm waiting for Unbothered for Real to tell me exactly what she meant. But yeah, I like these interrogations too. I'm probably not gonna do a lot of different interrogation reactions because it's coming off other people's channels. However, I will start sharing with you guys on the wall the interrogations that I'm watching, like I used to do on my other channel, because I watch a lot of interrogations. Because it always trips me out how these people can sit there and just lie. No matter how much you show them that you got on them, no matter what proof is in the pudding, they will lie. Okay. All right, Candy Cane, I'm going to check that. So everyone have a great day, and I will see y'all back in the Lit Lane Jury Box this evening. Okay. So y'all set y'all time. Our schedule is going to be 7 p.m. Central Standard. See y'all later.
Thanks for watching. Do not forget click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Like, comment and share. See you next time.